So first we went in the coaches to the Sedgley Park training station, and then we got our passes. After that we went into this hall and we sat down with our groups, and some of the police women were there, and we just settled down and got a bit of coffee, and then after that Karen introduced us to everyone and we just started the workshop.
Okay, so I was invited here to do a presentation to the two schools that are represented here around my career within Cambridgeshire Police over the past 30 years, and to explain the challenges and opportunities that I've had as a black female within policing.
She told us to believe in ourselves. That's her main word, and I think that'll stick to me for the rest of my life, because I think that it's really crucial to believe in ourselves so that we can to pursue any career.
The reason why I'm here today is really to share experiences with other ethnic minority ladies that work within Greater Manchester Police. Look where the force is going with regards to our career progression and any support that might be available, sharing our experiences, and obviously helping young girls who are thinking about taking on a career in GMP and sharing our experiences.
I think now, especially for young females, the roles now are very varied within policing. When I joined, it very much was frontline operational policing, but now the whole policing landscape has changed, that there are so many varied roles to bring women into policing in particular, especially in a force as large as Greater Manchester Police.
I am one of very few people that are on the fast track scheme, which is PC to Inspector within 3 years' time, so I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. But I think the main thing for me is that I'm just quite an ordinary person. I don't have any special qualities. I'm just good with people, and hopefully if I can convey that to other people, it will encourage them to join also, and hopefully want to become a police officer.
Basically we got split off into different groups, and each table had a different word to talk about, and once we learnt something about that word we had to move on to the next table and ask the policewomen what their word meant, because every group had a different one, and we asked about their job professions and what kind of jobs were available for us. Basically we're making a poster about openness and what it's about, and we just had a discussion about it, and now we have to present it as a group to everyone else and teach them about it.
So at the moment, the three divisions that I cover particularly with my team are Salford, Stockport and Wigan. One of the reasons I decided to take up a role within the Public Protection Division was because, although they are extremely serious cases, some of the things we've investigated, things like rapes of children, and for me you don't really get anything much more serious than that. Domestic violence, again, all vulnerable, truly vulnerable victims in the community. Although it is hard, very, very hard work, very tiring, and sometimes the investigation can naturally have an effect on you, so it can be very difficult, but you're working with genuine victims and you're working towards getting them a better future, and that's the key thing. That's the reason why I do what I do.
Dealing with racism and sexism, how did it make you feel?
It's something that was in my career, throughout my career. In the early days it was probably quite vicious, quite hurtful. But I think over the years, and we're talking a 30-year career, it's definitely changed. There's been improvements made within legislation, policies and procedures. So now it is a much healthier and environment where you can definitely thrive and develop as an individual.
Have you faced any sexism or racism in policing, and how would you deal with it?
I think people experience different things within the police, and I know that today we've heard from one former ACC speaking about her experiences within the police. She joined a very long time ago. Things have changed in the police. I personally haven't experienced any sexism or any racism, but what I would say is if you are experiencing it, it is a form of bullying. It is illegal, it shouldn't happen, but what you've got to do is you've got to challenge it, you've got to acknowledge it, you've got to get some help, and as as a first line supervisor, I would help somebody if they came to me saying that they were suffering that. The organisation will help you, and you just got to tell us that it's happening.
What would you tell a young woman out there to convince them to join the police?
I would always say to somebody, anybody, whether you are male or female, do something that you enjoy. Look at what your skill set is and do that first and foremost, because you want to enjoy your job. Secondly, look at what your skills are. Thirdly, try and educate yourself as much as you can do. Get as many skills as you can. Go to college, go to university, do some voluntary work, get involved with people. And what that will do is it will develop you, it will develop your skills, and then you will realise what you are good at.
How do you think the roles in the policing have changed?
I think now, especially for young females, the roles now are very varied within policing. When I joined, it very much was frontline operational policing, but now the whole policing landscape has changed, that there are so many varied roles to bring women into policing in particular, especially in a force as large as Greater Manchester Police. Throughout my career, despite the hardships, I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and it is an excellent career to go into. It's so varied, there are so many opportunities, and I think ultimately every day is different. And I'm the sort of person that absolutely thrives on walking in, and the whole day is different depending on what the policing challenge is. So no, definitely good fun. Okay, what's important to remember is that you guys are the future, even now at the age that you are. And you can have a big influence of what policing will look like going forward by getting involved in events like this and actually talking to current police officers, young in service and old in service, to actually shape what policing is going to be about for your generation.